Powers, sorry I came as quickly as I could.
You know where everything is?
Yes, thanks. What is it anyway?
One of the prisoners complaining of piles.
Oh, you're joking. I've just rushed across town.
First week, eh? You'll learn. I'll sort you out a coffee.
Thanks.
Dr. Powers?
That's right. Come in and take your trousers down. If you'd like to line that bench for me, please. On your side, Mr.
D.I. Brandon.
Oh, thanks. I mean, you don't look...
Like a policeman. It has its benefits. Is that how you speak to all your patients?
Shall I start again?
Not in this job. People dislike us a lot as it is. You'll not make many friends if you carry on like that.
Well, that's me told.
My name's Matt, by the way.
Caroline.
Yeah. OK, we're on our way. You wanted?
Well, what about the patient?
Save that treat till later, eh? I hope you're ready for this.
I want my baby! Let me get my baby! Cass! Dr. Powers!
Well, you know her.
She's one of my patients. Help me, please help me.
What's happened?
My baby. They won't let me touch her. I just want to hold her. Don't let them take her away from me, please.
Doctor, in here.
Listen, don't worry. I'll be back. No. Oh, no.
Looks like it's been dead for some time.
Yasmin.
What?
Her name was Yasmin.
Right. Caught death?
Well, it's difficult to say. There's no obvious abrasion or bruising.
She must only be, what, a few months old?
Yeah, I went to visit them just after she was born. Well, if there is a God, he's a lot to answer for.
Where are you going?
Just to see if the mother's all right.
Who's Trevor?
Husband works away a lot, a month or so at a time, up north mainly.
We'll get on to it. What about family?
Oh, she doesn't get on with her parents. They haven't spoken since she met Trevor. It's not exactly what they had in mind as a son-in-law.
No. She's not exactly the full shilling, is she?
What do you mean?
She's not exactly compos mentis.
Well, what do you expect? She's just lost a baby.
Even so, it may be relevant if she's got a record of mental imbalance.
Look, I may have just started, but I'm not a complete idiot. If you want medical information about a patient and you go through the proper channels, don't try and smarm it out of me.
We need to find out exactly what happened.
Sudden infant death syndrome. That's what it looks like to me.
Look, I need to be satisfied there's been no...
What?
Foul play. You're not under arrest, Kath. Do you understand that? I just want to find out what happened last night, okay? You look tired. Must have been hard coping on your own.
Yeah.
I understand your daughter hadn't been well.
She gets colds, always got cold. I tried keeping her warm, but flat's so cold.
Did you have the fire on at all? I saw you had a gas heater.
The cut us off.
Couldn't you pay the bills?
Had to buy new clothes.
Yeah, I saw. She had some nice little clothes. It must have cost a fair bit, those, eh?
Everyone thought we were mad. Mum and Dad said I was too young to have a baby. They wanted me to get rid of her. No way. them, we'd be all right together. I'd love her and she'd love me. When she was born, her hands were so small. She had perfect little hands with tiny little nails. And her skin, it wasn't pink. That happened slowly. It was sort of blue. She were a blue baby. No one told me she'd look like that. No one told me anything.
Fingers.
Breasts.
So can you concentrate for 1 minute?
You're not Dr. Cripoldi.
No, I've told you I'm Dr. Powers. Now, for the last time, how many fingers am I holding up?
He didn't have those.
No, well, he wouldn't have, would he? Look, are you going to cooperate or what?
Dr. Powers, quickly.
Oh, how the hell did she manage this?
Nail file. She must have had it in her pocket.
She's missed the artery. I need the first aid kit, quickly. Why, Kath?
What's the point?
Well, there's Trevor. He's on his way down. He'd be lost without you.
They said I wouldn't be able to manage.
Who?
Mum and Dad.
Well, that's rubbish. It wasn't your fault.
I should have been there.
You can't be watching them all the time.
I was a bad mother.
Well, that's not true. It's just that no one warned you, do they? What it's really like having a baby.
I couldn't feed her enough. Even when there were no milk left, she'd keep crying for more. She wouldn't take the bottle. I tried. It had to be me. Some nights my nipples would bleed, they were so sore.
Well, why didn't you tell any of this to the health visitor?
I would have taken her away.
No, she wouldn't.
I just wanted to prove them all wrong.
Well, you still can. Look, most people I know wouldn't be able to survive what you've just been through. We'll get through this, I promise.
I'd give anything to swap places with her now.
Yeah, but doing this to yourself isn't going to bring Yasmin back, is it?
Sorry. Can I have a word?
I'm with a patient. In a minute. Promise me you won't try this again.
Can't.
How is she?
Confused, distraught, everything you'd expect.
I'd like to ask a few more questions.
Oh, you're not serious.
Why?
Look, she's just tried slashing her wrist. She's in a state of shock.
Look, we've just heard the child was on the at-risk register.
I know.
What?
Well, what's that got to do with anything?
What do you mean you know? Why the hell didn't you tell me?
Look, you know I can't divulge information about a patient no matter what. It's confidential.
Which side are you on?
Please.
A child's been found dead in its cot, and the mother's been up for drugs, and yet you can't see a possible connection.
That was a long time ago.
Well, surely you must see it sheds a slightly different light on things.
No, not in my mind, no. Look, OK, she got thrown out of school. She was involved with a crowd of older kids. It happens. But that's all behind her now.
Well, we'll just wait and see what the post-mortem throws up, shall we?
Well, it sounds to me like you've already passed sentence.
Not at all. Unlike you, I'm keeping an open mind. Dr. Powers,
Trevor,
where is she?
This way. You'd better make that a double.
That bad, eh?
Worse. Thanks for this. I just needed to talk to someone.
I'm all ears. After a day of verrucas and lancing bows, I could do with a bit of excitement.
Cheers. I couldn't be that suspicious of people the whole time.
That's what he's paid to do.
Yeah, but people can change though, can't they?
Sounds like she was quite a handful, though.
Yes, she was a complete nightmare. But there were reasons for it. Her parents splitting for one. She just wanted attention, desperate to be loved.
Hence the baby.
Yeah, but it was the right thing for her, you could tell. Oh, I wasn't so different when I was 16. We moved all around the country. I went to so many different schools, I didn't know who the hell I was. I ended up in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, but you didn't have a kid, though.
No.
This has really got to you, isn't it?
Well, it's difficult not to.
And you're always telling me not to get too involved.
I know.
You want to learn to distance yourself more. Learn to detach.
I can't win, can I? One minute people are telling me I'm too aloof, I'm too cold. And when I try and do something about it, they tell me not to get involved.
You just got to learn to switch it off.
Yeah, well, that's easier said than done. The trouble is I can't, not with this one. I don't believe she killed that baby. She loved her too much.
Sounds as though she was pretty strung up, though. I remember babysitting once. I had this little lad who wouldn't stop crying. I could have quite easily strangled him. Doesn't take much.
Yeah, but you didn't know, did you? And that's the point.
No. I just sat him in front of the snooker. Soon nodded off. Hey, that's a first. This stuff must be doing the trick.
Kath, please, love. Come on, you've got to talk to somebody. Come on.
Talking won't bring Yasmin back, will it?
Look. You need help. I don't know what to do. Let me ring the doctor, eh? Dr. Powers. You like her, don't you? Please, love.
The last 2 or 3 shots Fernando Hicks had played.
Hello, Caroline Powers.
I found your number in a coat. She didn't want me to phone you at first.
No, it's okay. I'm glad you did. Hey, come on, it's okay. It's okay, come on. Sit down for a minute. Shh, come on. Shh.
I want my baby back.
I know. Listen, people care about you, Kath. You mean a lot to us.
What's the point?
I know it doesn't feel like it now, but you'll get through this. You will, and we'll help you.
I can't forget her. I won't.
Oh, of course not, but you'll learn to cope in time, I promise. And no one expects you to forget Yasmin.
I didn't want to work away, but we needed the money.
Listen, you mustn't feel guilty.
I shouldn't have gone now. Not the way she was.
What do you mean?
She was acting a bit weird before.
In what way?
Moody. She was the one that wanted the baby. When she was born, she seemed to lose interest.
Well, did you tell the health visitor?
I was never here when she came. I don't think Kath liked her much. If I'd been here, maybe it wouldn't have happened.
Listen, don't think like that.
It's like a bomb going off having a kid, isn't it? Suddenly everything's upside down. You don't sleep, you don't eat properly, you don't even talk to each other, you're that tired. Everything revolves around this tiny little thing that just lies there screaming. I couldn't wait to get away. Kath couldn't do that, though. She had it 24 hours a day. Wouldn't be surprised if...
Hey. You okay?
Just on automatic pilot.
Have you eaten today?
Can't remember.
Come on. I'll go and make you something.
Mark. Blimey, you look rough.
Thanks. I had Trevor calling me at 2 o'clock this morning. Kath decided to rearrange the mantelpiece.
And how did he get your number?
Well, I gave it to Kath at the station.
What have I told you? You never give out your number.
This is different. What do you expect me to do? Just turn my back on her because she's in a police cell?
Well, you've brought it on yourself.
Oh, well, thanks for the sympathy.
Sorry to break up the party. I'm sending the first one through. Mr. Thomas!
Oh, no, that's all I need. I wonder what's wrong with him this time.
Word of advice.
Oh, go on then, a wise one.
Don't let Mac know you're so involved.
What do you mean?
Well, he won't be too thrilled if he thinks it's affecting your work here.
Mr. Thomas. And how are you today?
Or is that a silly question?
What are you doing? I've been looking everywhere.
Leave me alone.
Oh, come on, Kath. This isn't like you.
Go away, we need more clothes.
Kath, please, you're just making it worse.
Let go!
No, I won't. This isn't easy for me either, you know. I loved her just as much as you. She was my baby too.
No, the guttering outside needs looking at. When it rains, it's like Niagara Falls out there.
And the loo won't flash.
Right.
Oh, yeah, well, there's a knack to that. Ballcock slipped off the pin. You just got to pull the handle out of it.
Keeping you up?
Oh, sorry.
So we're all clear about our plumbing system, are we? Good. Shall we move on?
I don't want to see anyone. You're hurting me arm.
I'm sorry, you can't see anyone. Surgery's closed at the moment.
We've got to see Dr. Powers.
Sorry, Kate. It's my fault. I said they could. Look, if you could carry on with that bit.
Right, next, weekend cover.
Oh, soz, I'll just answer that.
It's like Piccadilly Circus in here.
She keeps saying it was her fault.
It was.
No, you know that's not true. We've talked about this.
So I keep telling her, but she takes no notice.
I was a bad mother.
Listen to me, Kath. I'm pretty certain you're suffering from postnatal depression. Now, obviously it's complicated by what's happened, but all the signs are there. I'd like to refer you for counselling to someone who could help. Do you understand? And in the meantime, I'd like to give you antidepressants. They should at least, well, help you think a little more clearly.
I know what happened. You weren't there. She was crying and I couldn't stop her. I couldn't stop her.
Offhand, downright rude, totally disinterested.
Oh, come off it, Mac.
We've talked about your attitude with patients before, haven't we?
I don't believe
Well, those were his exact words. He's threatening to take this to the local health authority.
You're not serious.
I am very serious. It reflects on the practice, Caroline. He was going to write to the local rag, but I managed to talk him out of that.
What, has he got nothing better to do?
What is it? Have you taken on too much? Because if you can't handle the work...
I can handle it fine, thank you. I've only been on police call for a few days.
Yeah, and on your first case, you ended up having a row with Helena. Now you have a patient who's making a complaint.
Oh, it's Mr. Thomas, for goodness sake. He'd complain about Steve if he could.
Look, just give me a chance to settle in. I know it's been difficult with the police.
All right, back to Mr. Thomas. What's your side of the story?
Mr. Thomas came in with a stomachache. Look, everyone knows what he's like. He'd even give hypochondriacs a bad name.
We owe every patient our full attention, no matter who it is. Did you examine him?
Yes, of course. And I told him it could be a number of things. Constipation, wind, stomach bug, strained groin.
Appendicitis?
Yes, of course.
Well, he rang earlier. The pain has got worse. Rana's gone to see him. With a bit of luck, he'll be able to patch things up.
Being a police surgeon's not everyone's cup of tea. It's stressful. I think she's mad to want to do it. Dealing with all those drunks. Not surprised she's struggling.
Why do I feel my ears burning?
Caroline, I didn't see you there.
Obviously. You're just dying for me to fall flat on my face, aren't you?
Caroline, that's a horrible thing to say.
Yeah, but it's true. She thinks herself so damn superior.
I do not.
Now what's going on?
Search me, she just came in and bit my head off.
God, what's the matter with everyone today? It's a miracle we've got any patients left.
You took your time. Don't tell me Mr. Thomas got his postcard collection out.
I wish. Just been at the hospital.
What?
Appendicitis.
Oh, you're joking.
Don't worry, there's nothing more you could have done.
Well, I thought he was just acting up.
It was just one of those things.
I don't seem to be able to get anything right at the moment. It's just one thing after another. First Kath, now this. I've already had Mac onto me, and Helen. Well, this just proves a point.
Why, what's she been saying?
If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, and words to that effect.
Ignore her.
I wish I could.
It was just one of those things.
No, it's not. I've just been cursing a health visitor for not picking up on Kath's depression, and here's me doing exactly the same thing with Mr. Thomas. There's no excuse for it. It's just carelessness.
You're too hard on yourself, you know that, don't you? That's how people crack. We're none of us perfect.
Hey, thought we could have a Chinese tonight. Oh, Kath, please.
They think I did it at the place.
Well, they're wrong.
Are they? You think so too?
No, I don't.
I can see it in your eyes. I deserve to be punished.
What for?
She had a dirty nappy.
Well, that's not a crime.
There were no more left, so I just let her scream.
Take your tablet, Kath, please. Make it better.
She screamed and screamed. I couldn't stand it. I just wanted to stop the screaming.
Kath, we didn't have lemon chicken, so I got you crispy duck. Is that all right? Kath?
Hello, can I help you, love?
I want to speak to someone.
Can I ask what it's about?
I killed my baby.
Where is she?
In the cell. She said she did it. She
Listen,
said...
don't worry. We'll sort this out. What's going on?
We've got to do it by the book. I need you to tell me whether she's fit for interview.
She's lying. You can't believe what she's saying.
She sounds pretty convincing to me.
She's suffering from postnatal depression. She does not know what she is saying.
Look, I appreciate that she's a patient of yours, that you've certain loyalties. But a baby's been found dead under suspicious circumstances. It was my duty to investigate.
And what happened to your open mind?
Now that's enough, Doctor. The story stands up.
What story?
Kid wouldn't stop screaming, she snapped. I'm sorry to say I've seen it before dozens of times, even in the best of families. And now you tell me she's suffering from postnatal depression. For all I know, she may have been high at the time as well.
What?
We can't rule out the possibility.
She doesn't do drugs anymore.
How do you know?
Because she told me.
Well, a minute ago you told me you couldn't trust a word she said.
No, what? Have you charged her yet?
I wanted you to see her first. It's only a matter of time.
They told me you didn't want to see anyone.
I don't.
Do you mind if I sit down?
What does it matter what I say? You're gonna anyway.
I'm on your side, Kath. I always have been.
Do you believe me now?
Tell me what happened.
Oh, I've already told them.
Then tell me.
She was crying. She wouldn't sleep.
Then what did you do?
I tried changing her nappy, but we didn't have any.
But there was a bag on the floor.
I put my hand over her mouth and held it there until she stopped.
They were by the cot.
I waited until she wasn't breathing.
Kath?
I'm not fit to be a mother.
Where did the bag of nappies come from?
I had to go out.
When? What do you mean?
Go away, you're confusing me.
Look, when did you have to go out?
Stop it!
This is important, Kath.
I killed her. I to go to prison. I have to be punished.
You weren't there, were you? You weren't there when she died at all.
I put my hand over her mouth until she stopped crying.
No, you didn't. You're lying. You're not telling me the truth, Kath. Come on, it's okay. Please, you can tell me.